I returned recently from a trip to the United States with a tremendous and deep feeling of shock. Shock at how deeply divided the society is, having met leaders from different sides of the political spectrum. It was so apparent to me that at the moment, especially in the Trump era, there is such an inability to conduct any reasonable discourse. The people who dislike the president and his policies, irrespective of who, if one does or doesn't agree with them, despise them so much that I heard terminology regarding the president and policies, likening it to neo-Nazis, to Nazis, to the type of discrimination and hatred that has led to murder and death, as if they are one and the same. The level of dislike was more than disgust, even hatred, with the inability to, on any level, respect where the other person may be coming from, delegitimizing the other. I know that during the Obama era, one would sometimes hear similar things from the other side of the political spectrum, where the other, believing that the side was totally wrong in their policies, could see no silver lining, and everything about the other side was totally delegitimized. One sees this often in Israeli politics as well, where people who feel so strongly about issues literally cannot have a meaningful discussion, that things immediately become visceral, emotional, with outbursts of total delegitimization of where the other person is coming from. The challenge, though, is that when delegitimizing the position of the other in totality can never lead to normal discourse and respect for other people's opinion. In my opinion, when this happens, we are coming dangerously close to the abyss of sinat chinam, of baseless hatred, where we simply cannot distinguish between the person and their views. That if we dislike and hate their views, we dislike and hate them in totality. Incredibly, in the caves of Qumran many years ago was found a document known as the war document, the war letters, which appear today in the Shrine of the Book Museum in Jerusalem, where the Essenes, one of the tribes around at the time of the sects of the Second Temple, wrote a document where they describe that all those who think like them are the sons of light, and all those who disagree with them, including their fellow Jews from different sects, are the sons of darkness. This is a game changer. When you and I disagree, when we no longer see things in the same light, that we can now see our views as making us part of the darkness in the world, the barbaric eras of the world, those eras of shadow which have no good to bring to the world, and those who agree with me and think like me are the sons of light, which are the sons of spirituality and morality. I am absolutely good, they are absolutely bad. When we see nothing in the other that we can legitimize, nothing where they might have a point that we don't have, nothing which sees nuance and complexity, that the reality will allow for different views, even if we vehemently disagree. We're treading very, very carefully to those very spiritual impediments, according to our sages, brought about the Khurban. I want to end and say the famous Talmudic piece that the Gemara Masechet Yoma says that the temple was destroyed because of causeless hatred. It's the same Talmudic piece which says that at the time the Jews learned Torah, kept the mitzvot, and they even practiced loving kindness, but they had causeless hatred. How can you hate somebody but also be attributed the positive value of loving kindness? And I think the answer is simple. We love those who think like us. We accept those who think like us. They might even be part of the circle of light, part of our community, and the source of so much good which doesn't threaten us but enhances our sense of self. And all those who are different, not part of our circle of loving kindness, our community, our gmachim, our institutions which look after each other, but a part of another community. They're part of the shadow, the darkness, totally delegitimized. And out of our desire to forge a Jewish destiny as we see it, we sometimes cannot converse, cannot see any good in the other. May we zoche as we come to this Rosh Chodesh Av, this Shabbat, this Friday and Shabbat, as we're preparing for the month of Av, the difficult month of Av, may we reflect on the root causes of the Khurban, and through that achieve its desired cure and way forward for all of us. Shabbat Shalom.